Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay.
I'm Don.
And we are here to talk to you about Transformers Studio Series Arcee, but not Studio 86 Arcee. This is just the Studio Series.
Yes,
so
the Studio Series.
So based off of Bumblebee, and you notice it says Studio Series 85. That's not the year. That's the number of this figure. She is the 85th figure from the regular Studio Series. The Studio 86 series will say Studio Series, and then it'll have an 86 here, and then a very, very tiny number that tells you the number of the figure, which is, I don't like that inconsistency. Like, that's confusing. Because that makes it seem like this should have been like a 1985, or like it was set in 1985. No, it's just the 85th studio. Anyway, so here's the packaging, and you get to see the likeness from the Bumblebee movie, where she looks much more like herself than we've seen in any of the other live action movies. And then we get to see her again here with a cutout of an Autobot sign, and we get to see her right here underneath a big 85, because that's her special number. And then we see her right here, and boy, this seems like an impractical way to ship her, but whatever. And we see the Bumblebee movie logo there, and then gobbledygook there, and then there's the product shots, and then she has the diorama and the thing, and more gobbledygook there. But that's and yes, there's a diorama in there. I'm not going to show it because I actually don't care about it that much. So there we go, getting rid of the package. Here's the figure itself. And I'm just going to say right away that I dig this vehicle mode. I think that she looks really, really good here. And it's really nice to see a new and unique take on her vehicle mode. Now, there are some things that are better, some things that aren't as good, but overall, I really dig the alien motorcycle look that they've come up with here. I think that the colors are good. I like the grays with the white and the pink. I like the blue translucence. In the back, you've got some pretty obvious robot hands, and no, they don't fold in more than that. I mean, if you don't have the guns there, then they're just robot hands. And
she's trying to cop a feel on herself.
That I don't know what she's doing, but yeah, she definitely has some visible robot hand syndrome here. And that is probably the thing that I like least.
It also looks like there's a second cockpit to ride it backwards in that direction.
Actually, I kind of like that, because what I imagine. So I leave her with the pistols in here, and then they're aimed backwards. So you can imagine that when she's being chased by Decepticons, she can fire behind her. But I can also imagine kind of an Akira style thing where she's warping through, and you see her taillights zigzagging in the background, and then she does this thing where she kind of flips around and starts driving backwards and shooting at her enemies, and then flips around again and keeps going. I mean, I could, this inspires a lot of cool action scenes, and I want to see more of it. I would love to see this version of her represented in a computer animated movie done in the live action universe. Don't even worry about humans, just have everything take place on Cybertron, but I want to see this version of Arcee doing some badass stuff while chasing and being chased by Decepticons. To me, that would be cool. I love the hubless wheels that still spin. She does roll. She's got now. So these are These are just molded in wheels, like these don't spin, but see, then they've got these little rollers here. You know, it's sort of like if you had, let's just pick a character completely at random. Let's say Velocitron Speedia 500 Blur. Just for example, and he has molded in wheels, and they don't have little rollers, but I guess they don't need them because they don't touch the ground. So these actually touch the ground, and they have rollers. So it proves to me, this is proof positive to me that they do know how to make wheels that touch the ground, even if they're cosmetic. I'm just... I know. I just lost the gun. I lost the gun. It's down there somewhere.
Oh, that nice gray gun on that.
Oh wait,
nice
I
gray
see
floor.
it. I see it. I see it. There we go. Oh nope. I just lost it again. There it is. There it is. All right. I found it. So I know I did that video like 2 weeks ago, and I need to get over it. I'm just not over it yet. I'm not over it yet.
He's still not over things from G1.
Look at how long it took us to stop abusing Wheelie.
That was your decision. As far as I'm concerned, Wheelie still deserves every lick of abuse.
Hey, if Danny Trejo tells us to leave him alone,
no.
Danny Trejo trumps all. So yeah, I really dig the vehicle mode. Actually, let's go ahead and show it in a little bit closer detail, just so that you can appreciate everything that's going on with this design and see what you're getting into with it, because it is a very different look for RC, and I think it's really cool. Like, to me, this is very sci-fi. It is kind of anime. I love it. I just love it. I love the way that she's got these thrusters in the back that kind of, or these, well, I guess they're fenders, but they kind of look like thrusters. And I actually like the idea that this is sort of a second cockpit or something, where you could imagine another passenger riding and operating the guns from reverse, except that she's a semi-sentient, well, she's a completely sentient vehicle, so she doesn't need a passenger to fire for her, unless she was a headmaster, which that's happened too. So,
which would make it better, because now you have to work in tandem. And, two people working in tandem always work better than one person, because they always don't try and poke holes in the logic of headmasters. Okay, that is a leaky bag already. Like, that is a canvas bag trying to hold a gallon of water. A canvas bag? That's called a strainer. It is a strainer trying to hold water.
It is a strainer trying to hold water. But you know what? Hey, the idea of robots that tear their heads off and then the heads turn into other robots or robotic suits with people in them. I mean, that's cool. You come up with the cool concept first and the justification for it later. So, and that's how that works. So, yeah, really cool looking vehicle mode. Love the vehicle mode. Just really like it. But she does turn into a robot, and so I guess we should show. Yes, she does.
Gee, by looking at that, I would not have guessed, especially with the visible hands and other visible robots.
Maybe it was a vehicle, and the guy modded the vehicle with a pair of robot hands that he had just found in a junkyard or something.
Well, no, it's the grappler cycle.
Yeah, sure.
Because you remember grappler ships from Outlaw Star, because a spaceship with giant arms to smash and shoot other spaceships makes it better.
I never saw Outlaw Star.
You did. You just forgot about it.
I don't know Outlaw Star.
Big red ship with arms. It had a hatchet and a gun. I mean, come on.
I don't know what he's talking. He's a crazy person. I'm doing a live stream with a crazy person.
Not live at the moment.
I'm doing a recorded video with a crazy person. By the time you see this, I may not be here. So anyway, so let's go ahead and start turning her into a robot. So you can pull up the windshield, and you've got this a whole assembly that has her head in there, and that's all on this linkage here. You've got some pretty obvious robot legs that can separate here, and then we will take the arms. So we've got these fenders here. We're going to pop those out. I always start her by just trying to disengage all the stuff that's holding things together. So that's what I'm doing. I pull out that fender here on that side. I pull out that fender on that side. And then, shockingly, you have an upper torso with a pair of robot arms. Let's go ahead and flip the hands out and then aim the guns forward, because we can do that. And then we can pull the body up and then pull this whole assemblage here up, and it is going to do a thing. Wait, it's gonna do a thing. It's got a whole thing to do, and we're going to do it. I probably should have practiced this. I've had this figure for actually a couple weeks now, and I really liked her, and then I brought her down and put her with all of the stuff that has to get recorded, and I've been behind on recording. So anyway, I push the head through the assemblage of stuff here, and that pokes it out here. And then this is going to come around this way. So you see what happened. It just went around like this, and then swiveled around like that. And then the whole thing is going to go up and into the back. And you see how the whole body just kind of goes together. And that's actually really cool, the way that everything just kind of goes together like that. And then you can close up that windshield, and now she has a torso with a head. You can spin these around and put them behind her. And see, I kind of like them back there. I think that a lot of times they're shown like this. You can have them any way you want, because it's your figure. And see, at this point, we can swivel her waist, and she's already in like roller skating mode. So if you want to do a likeness of the version from the Micheal Bay films, you could actually lock the wheels together. Well, you could try and snap them together. Try and kind of get them together. They're not going to want to go, but you can sort of get them to go together. There, almost. And then she can do that unicycle thing that they did in, what was that? The Revenge of the Fallen?
Revenge of the Fallen.
Was that Revenge of the Fallen?
Yeah, it was Revenge of the Fallen, because it wasn't any of the late. It wasn't. It was before the one we saw in theaters.
So I saw Revenge of the Fallen
I did
in
not.
theaters.
I've only seen one in theaters.
That is like $8 that I will never get back, but. So she does actually have feet, and so what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to pivot it this way, and then it swings around. There's a pivot point right here, so you're going to swing it around. Let's see if I can get it. You have to kind of shimmy it out, because there's that little notch right there. Let me zoom in on the notch. So there's that little notch right there that was engaged here. So you shimmy it out, slide it out, and then the whole thing swivels around here. And now she's got an ugly Micheal Bay style robot foot. And then that's how that works. It is an ugly foot. I will say that I've never even really looked at how ugly that foot is, but boy, that's an ugly looking foot. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to pull it out and swivel that around, and then kind of put it back in. And there we go. We now have a transformed RC in her robot mode. And with the exception of her really ugly feet, she's actually a pretty good looking figure. So let's aim the camera up. We'll
we'll adjust her little backpack things, and there we go. Yeah. That is RC, and you can see that there's a lot of mold detail here because they want to try and keep that live action movie look. You know, that very heavily faceted layers of metal on layers of metal look. And if we zoom in here, we can see the face a little bit better, and I will bring her closer so that you can really see that. And hey, the camera is cooperating with us for once. So not a bad face sculpt. Obviously, she does not look completely Gen 1, but she also doesn't look like a spaghetti face. And I, for one, think that it's really not a bad merge of those two design styles. You can see that she's got some backpack stuff happening, but it's not too bad. You know, in comparison to a lot of RC toys that we've seen where there's an entire vehicle folded up on her back, this is a little bit light on the backpack kibble. So that's not a bad thing. Her head is well articulated. She can say no. She can say yes. She's got shoulder articulation with shoulders that go up and down and forward and back. There is a little bit of interference from the backpack kibble, but if you get her arm around it, she can go all the way around. She's going to throw her guns down because she believes in peace. She doesn't. She really doesn't. She's got bicep rotation. She's got a double jointed elbow here. So she's actually got excellent elbow movement there. And of course, due to transformation, she can pivot her wrist just a little bit. Not a lot, you know, that's as far as it goes, but yeah, so in vehicle mode, you can do that. She's got a swiveling waist. She's got pretty good leg articulation as well. Her hips go out, in, up, and down. She's got thicep rotation. She's got a joint at the knee. She's got another little joint here that does that, and that's cool. Yeah, what's weird is that you don't use this in the transform. This, I guess, is just to give her some more motion in her ankle so that if she's running, she can actually lean forward on her toe, which is surprising. It's very cool. It's unnecessary, but it's there. So that's kind of a cool thing. And then she also has an ankle pivot on her very ugly feet. So yeah, that is RC, and I dig her. I dig the overall aesthetic. I like that these things are on ball joints, so you can make her look like she's got wings if you want her to be able to fly away. There's just a lot that you can do with this little figure, and even though she is slender and kind of lightweight, she doesn't feel insubstantial. She doesn't feel like she's made out of cheap plastic. She actually feels like she's decent in her quality, and so yeah, overall, I'm digging her. So you know, I think this is kind of the first time that you've really gotten to see her up close, and you're looking at her with a critical eye, which is what we do here at Retrobot. We look at this stuff with a critical eye. A critical eye. Are you trying to stick the gun into...
It does. She's got two guns, but they won't stick on her legs.
Yeah, and she has little rectangular... So it's funny. Now, I think... Wait, let me...
Well...
It's like... So... This is interesting. On the sides of the thighs, you can see that there's a rectangular slot, but there's no tabs on the guns. In fact, if anything, the guns have rectangular slots also. So there is I think that you can do something. No. Can you stick this on here? Nope.
Do they go up top? Can they go up top? I mean, it's not like we've read the instructions or anything.
No, I haven't read the instructions. Let's see. Let me do this. There's a little tab here.
There's a tab there.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Look at
yeah,
that.
that's
Look
it.
at that.
That's
they
it.
can do that.
I knew they had to tab somewhere.
They tabbed somewhere, and you are correct.
And that's why those things are on ball joints, because they can be like
shoulder cannons.
shoulder cannons.
Yeah, she can absolutely. In fact, these aren't just ball joints; they're ball joints with a swivel, so you can bring them up and then bring them around like that, and do that. Now, what's interesting is that's only on one side. Oh wait, no. Here, the other one has it too.
The other one has it too.
The other one has it, so we can go like that, or maybe like that. I don't know which way is better. And do that. So yeah, you can do that, and that also means that there's other places to put the guns in the vehicle mode. But why would you want to? Because if she's holding the guns, then it hides the very obvious robot hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I didn't know she did that, but that's actually really awesome. I like it. I like this figure. I like this direction for RC. Notice that they managed to give her an RC body style without making her just nothing but a shell former. And I really like that. I'm glad that somebody has come up with a version of RC that does more than just scrunch herself up and put herself inside a thin body of a car.
It being a motorcycle form gives them...
That does give them some latitude.
Because it's much harder in a boxy car form.
But you
to
know,
hide all the
here's the thing.
The lanky lady bits that they want to have.
They could still have her turn into a car and have a little bit of car fender on her legs and on her arms. I think that I don't think that it is necessary for every version of RC to look like Princess Leia in a bikini.
But this is Transformer sex doll.
No, it's
the
not.
point. That's the point of it.
She's like a badass warrior female Autobot.
Sex doll.
Female Autobot.
Object. She is an object, and she is sexy, so therefore she's a sex object.
No.
Toys made by boys.
Okay, that's why we need more women in the design field. So,
actually, it's probably a bunch of women have made that. They're like, look, you know what?
It's like, no, we like her that way. I don't know.
They're allowed to like her that way. That's fine. Do not assume that there are women find that attractive. There might, hey.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to post this video in about another minute. I wonder. Okay, wait here. I was about to do the sign off, but I'm seeing these little tabs, which I know are there for transformation. But I just wonder if these would fit. Oh, they should fit. They don't.
Keep pressing. Maybe you can break it into working.
They don't fit. That's a shame. That's a shame. There's a little tab there, and I really wanted it to fit that, but it doesn't.
And you said that this doesn't fit these tabs here either, because they're too chonky.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the arm tabs. So, yeah, they don't go. She can't just have.
Why?
It's like, yeah. The answer is I don't know. I don't know.
I dig. I mean this.
See, and see, here's something. If I could talk to the designers at Hasbro, when you have stuff like this here, wait, let me just point. When you have stuff like these tabs and these slots all over the figure, then
just go ahead and make the geometry the same shape and size. Make these things compatible with each other, even if they're not supposed to work together, because that kind of versatility adds play value. Being able to put the guns in different locations on the robot makes it more fun. Being able to put pieces of the robot in different places makes it more fun. Cross-compatibility is fun. Look at Lego, okay? They have built a really, really successful industry off of that concept. It would not be hard to adopt some of these things and integrate them into Transformers toys. It would take very, very little. You could do it. I know you could do it. I know you can do it. Rise to the challenge. So, anyway, I like the figure. I think that it's awesome.
It's a good figure.
For me, it's absolutely a recommend. Absolutely a recommend. And I don't know how you feel about it, but I like it. Yeah, he's critical eye once again.
I don't like Bay movie aesthetic.
I don't like the Bay movie aesthetic either, but I think that this is Bay light.
It is Bay light, but I would prefer to see it at more of a G1-y kind of.
What I like, I will say that the Generations line has done a good job of taking the Gen 1 aesthetic and making it more realistic, making it more detailed, and I would like to see, like you look at the models used in the Netflix series, the War for Cybertron series, and they looked really good. And I could easily see something similar to that used in the live action cinema world without needing to change anything dramatically. So no, we're not doing that.
I'm just doing cheerleader poses.
I thought you were going to have her twerk.
No.
Not
yet.
I'm amazed. And I'm just going to hold on to this for now.
No, you're going to need this.
I am.
You're going to have to let go.
I am going to have to let go. Anyway, so, that's my review. Definite recommend from me. If you haven't already picked this up, then pick it up. She's awesome. And especially if you liked Bumblebee or you liked the Cybertron scenes on Bumblebee, like most of us Transformers fans really liked the Cybertron scenes from Bumblebee. It was a decent movie overall, but the Cybertron scenes made that movie. Like, they really made that movie. Definitely pick up Arcee. She's cool. If you like this review, then please give it a thumbs up. If you also haven't already, then please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, then please click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing these Short Circuits videos and our live streams, which typically happen every Friday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern United States time. Also, if you are in a position to help the channel grow, then consider joining our Patreon. We have different levels of commitment with different rewards as our way of saying thank you. Seriously, thank you to all our patrons for all your support, because we really do need all the help that we can get. We need all the help that we can get. So, with that being said, I'm just going to set this over here. And we have a very special thank you from Unicron. Unicron, let's thank our patrons.
Thank you, patrons, our ultimate retro heroes. Thank you, Fetch Beer, Robus, Matt White, Starhound, Setsune Wave, Dawn, Hope and Michael D, and Colleen. Now, I am in the mood for a light salad, something leafy and green. No, not him. I'm not. What are you doing? I don't want to see twerking. What is this thing with twerking all of a sudden? I didn't even know what that word meant 2 weeks ago. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with this universe? I am going to eat the universe.
Well,
You're welcome.
okay, so with all that being said, this is Clay, and this is regular studio series RC, and we, along with Dawn, are telling you to keep it retro. Yes, Dawn. Keep it retro. Come on, Dawn. Keep it retro. Come on, do it. Nope. Keep it retro. Do it. Keep it retro. Nope. Come on, do it. Keep it retro.
Get
Bots.
Ah!
They couldn't see that.
Too bad. It was great. It was Bay-splosion-tastic.
Oh, it's not even from a Bay movie, just a Bay universe movie, sort of a soft reboot, which, that is a franchise that
That needs a hard reboot to the head.
Yes.